Manchester United have been unable to lift the Premier League crown since the departure of Sir Alex Ferguson in 2013. Since then, the Red Devils have pretty much tried everything that's needed to construct a title-winning squad. From making expensive signings to hiring managers with a proven track record of success. Unfortunately for them, nothing has worked out, and today, Jose Mourinho remains the only manager who won a couple of trophies for the residents of Old Trafford. The arrival of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was never expected to turn things around for the club, but the manner in which the Norwegian has carried himself in the last couple of years indicates that good things could be around the corner. Hi everyone, welcome back to Goalside, where we try to discuss things about football from a different perspective. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and get ready to hear our side of things as we talk about Manchester United's title credentials for the 2021-22 campaign. A summer of revival. In January 2020, Manchester United completed the signing of Bruno Fernandes from Sporting Club de Portugal. The midfielder had been scouted by the club for several months, and it took some time for Ed Woodward to grant Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's wish. The Portuguese's arrival coincided with a sharp uptick in form, and the Red Devils managed to secure a Champions League place. And last season, Bruno was once again the club's guiding light, helping them secure a second-place finish as United closed the gap with eventual winners Manchester City. However, there was a feeling that despite Bruno's heroics week in and week out, United needed more depth and improvement in other areas. Defence was one problem that haunted the club last season. Many points were dropped and leads were surrendered due to basic set-piece mistakes. Even though Harry Maguire's arrival did give some strength to the backline, the Englishman alone was never going to be enough. While Victor Lindelöf was preferred ahead of Eric Bailly and Axel Tuanzebe, the Swedish's mistakes have cost the club dearly. Similarly, United were forced to rely on Mason Greenwood as a right-sided winger, despite the presence of Daniel James, who is unlikely to ever become a key member of the starting 11 at Old Trafford. The signings of Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri do excite fans and neutrals alike, but the duo are too young to be asked to take on a huge responsibility like that. This summer though, we have seen that United's owners have a lot of faith in Solskjaer to guide the club towards a brighter future, one with titles and glory. The Red Devils had been chasing Borussia Dortmund's Jadon Sancho for over a year. After deciding not to make a mega money bid for the England international, Solskjaer finally got his man for around 80 million euros, believed to be 30 million less than what the Germans were asking last year. Sancho arrives at Old Trafford as one of the most exciting wingers on the planet, and more than that, Sancho's arrival has finally sorted out the club's long-standing issue of a proven player down the right flank. Sancho's arrival also allows Pellistri to continue learning his trade in England without carrying the weight of expectation on his shoulder. We're sure that Bruno Fernandes will be licking his lips at the prospect of linking up with the summer signing, who loves to play quick 1-2 passes and, just like Bruno, isn't afraid of trying something different. Finally, a solid centre-back. United's need for a more stable partner for Harry Maguire is well documented. Clearly, Solskjaer doesn't expect the likes of Lindelöf, Bailly and Tuanzebe to be that. So, when it was confirmed that Raphael Varane would not be extending his contract at Real Madrid, United knew that this was a rare opportunity for them to sign a player who Sir Alex Ferguson badly wanted back in 2011. At that time, Varane decided to go to Madrid. However, the France international has done pretty much everything he needed to at Madrid and was looking for a new challenge. While there must have been loads of interest from other clubs, United was the only club that he wanted to play for. Of course, he must have signed a lucrative deal, but at the age of 28, Varane is one of those highly experienced defenders who's going to add more stability to the backline. Maguire now has a decorated partner in defence. The two men definitely complement each other. Varane is one of the fastest centre-backs around, and his presence makes up for Maguire's lack of pace. Moreover, United's bad habit of conceding from set plays could go away, since both men are equally strong in the air. More than that, Varane loves to play football the right way, so United's transition from defence to offence should look a bit smoother. The fact that he's a World Cup winner and a multiple times over Champions League winner means that Varane is definitely going to bring a different attitude to a squad that's hungry for success, but needs a few players who've experienced it already. Future additions? As things stand, Manchester United have had a very good transfer window so far. They've managed to bring in 2 really important players, but the job is definitely not done. If they've got the finances, United might need to sign either a right back or a defensive midfielder. While both positions are crucial for the team's long-term success, we don't see the Glazers forking out the money for them. But then again, even if they are able to get one more signing done, fans will be happy with what they've seen. The need for a defensive midfielder. Now, the McFred partnership isn't that bad at all. However, both Fred and Scott McTominay are limited in various aspects. While the Brazilian does offer a lot of high-energy running and has the ability to break up play, he doesn't have the passing vision to launch attacks, something that's slowly becoming an important part of a defensive midfielder's repertoire these days. McTominay is all blood and guts and will keep running all day long for you. However, the Scotland international might not be able to do the same things that Darren Fletcher used to all those years ago. And then there's this huge Paul Pogba issue. With the Frenchman's contract set to expire next year and Mino Raiola expectedly parading him around Europe, United are in a bit of a pickle. Solskjaer would love to see the World Cup winner sign a new deal, but so far nothing's happened. According to Sky, Pogba is keeping his options open, and one of those options is to extend his stay at Old Trafford. However, United can't just wait and hope for the player to make a choice, especially when he can join another side for free next year. United have to act quickly, and regardless of whether he signs on the dotted line or not, a new midfielder is important. The likes of Saul, Declan Rice, Ruben Neves and Eduardo Camavinga have been hotly linked with the club, so you can expect United to make a move for any of those 4 men. However, it's unlikely to see Rice's arrival given his huge price tag. Camavinga is one player who fits the manager's wish list, being young and hungry. And with his contract at Stade Rennais set to expire next year, the teenager could end up arriving in the Premier League. Ruben Neves is another player who Bruno Fernandes is apparently pushing for, and the Wolves man is bound to make a big move at some point in his career. Saul is set to leave Atletico Madrid, but the Spaniard might not be a priority any longer. He struggled for minutes last season, and his powers might be waning as well. Competition for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. In all honesty, AWB gets a lot of unfair heat from pundits for not being attacking enough. The former Crystal Palace fullback has a lot of room for development, but he's got time on his side. He was thrown in the deep end last season and could do with some competition and an experienced head around him. United are interested in signing Kieran Trippier, and if the England international signs up, their attack would have a different dynamic. The Atletico Madrid man is great going forward and is likely to form a great partnership with Jadon Sancho. Other kinks. At the same time, the likes of Edinson Cavani, Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood will be expected to do well. That's especially important now that Marcus Rashford is set for a shoulder surgery that'll see him miss around 12 weeks of action. A lot will be expected from Donny van der Beek as well, who had a torrid introduction to life in the Premier League last year. However, the Dutchman is likely to come good, and with a change in formation on the cards, he might get a lot of time to play alongside Bruno. Final word. Of course, fans have every reason to be excited as Man United head into the 2021-22 campaign with some much-needed reinforcements. However, the likes of Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea will also be very, very strong. All these teams have great depth and good players in every position in the starting 11. United might be a really tough side to beat next season, and they've got a great defensive partnership to look forward to. However, we do get the feeling that the Red Devils still need to bring in a midfielder and a right back in order to have a chance against sides that are going to be vying for the Premier League crown.